Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. We are joined by Paul Redmond, the Executive Director of Longwood Gardens. And I'm sure when you think of Longwood Gardens, you think of beautiful gardens, you think of a day out in the fresh air. You think of just wandering around and experiencing and discovering things at the Longwood Gardens. That's what most families do. That's what my family has done. But in researching the Longwood Gardens, I found Mother's Day brunch, and I thought, oh wow, what a great place to go for Mother's Day.
Well, you're absolutely right. We do so much more than the beautiful flowers that we're known for. Our culinary program in our restaurant is, I think, one of the best in the region. And so we do special events around that. And so Mother's Day, Easter, I mean, Thanksgiving is one of our most popular days.
Thanksgiving dinner you have?
Yes, Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas Day. And so families have built their family traditions around those dining events with beautiful flowers and beautiful gardens at Longwood.
I know that holidays are some of your biggest events. We talked about Christmas already.
Sure.
Another thing I discovered is that Easter is also big for you, and that's a family event.
Well, it absolutely is. And, you know, Easter is when our gardens are really in their glory with all of the flowering tulips, and spring is doing its thing. And it's one of our popular days, especially after church, when families come out.
You talked about, I said to you who pays for all this, and you talked about the funding that you have. The admission for Longwood Gardens, is it absolutely necessary? I mean, if Pierre DuPont wanted it to be open to the public, and you have all this funding, why do you need to charge at the gate?
Well, the reality is that even with the resources that we have, they're not enough in today's business climate and market. And Longwood is a complicated business, and it's a very large business to do what we do, especially 365 days a year. And so that support that we have from our 1 million visitors and our 55,000 household members is absolutely critical to our ability to fulfill our mission, and we simply couldn't do it. I mean, we have almost 800 volunteers at Longwood as well. And so that is support that we could never, ever afford on our own to help advance what we do. We
have to wrap up quickly, but for people that want to come to Longwood Gardens, how do they get there? What's your website? Give some of the information.
It's at longwoodgardens.org. You can find out everything that you need to know about planning your visit and other regional attractions as well near Longwood. And certain times of year, we do have time ticketing. So I would encourage anyone who's watching to make sure that they understand when we do have those time ticketing opportunities and to buy before they arrive.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Paul Redmond, Executive Director of Longwood Gardens. I'm Larry Menti. That's the Delaware Way. Stick around for another thing.